How many times have we heard that there was a time where the Puerto Rican flag could not be flown publicly or displayed publicly? This is a comment that I've heard several times, and this piqued my curiosity. And so we are looking into the history of Nuestra Bandera and trying to understand why this was such an occurrence. We need to go back to understanding the origin of the Puerto Rican flag. The revolutionary flag was designed and knitted by Mariana Bracetti. She was also called Brazo de Oro. Mariana was aided by Dr. Ramon Emerterio Betances. He provided suggestions for the design of the flag. In 1868 was the first indigenous design. The design consisted of a white cross, and that stands for the yearning for homeland redemption. The red squares, the blood poured by the heroes of the rebellion. And the white star in the blue solitude square stands for liberty and freedom. The Puerto Rican flag was once illegal to exhibit on the island. The Puerto Rican flag as an emblem of Puerto Rican nationalisms. The flag had been banned in Puerto Rico in the aftermath of the 1948 Ley de la Mordaza, the gag law, and the clashes between police and members of the Nationalist Party in 1950. A former Spanish colony, Puerto Rico became a protectorate of the United States of America in 1898, following the Spanish-American War. In 1917, under the Jones Act, Puerto Ricans on the island were granted U.S. citizenship. Citizenship allowed Puerto Ricans to enlist in the U.S. Army, a boon in 1917 as the United States entered World War I. In 1952, under the leadership of Luis Muñoz Marín and his popular Democratic Party, Partido Popular Democrático, Puerto Rico became a free associated state, Estado Libre Asociado. As a commonwealth of the United States, but not a state, Puerto Rico receives limited benefits in the form of federal assistance from its so-called free association. In contrast to the neighboring Caribbean islands that produce revolutions or affirm themselves as republics or nation states, Puerto Rico uses non-binding polls called plebiscites to determine whether island residents prefer to pursue U.S. statehood, independence, or maintain their commonwealth. Since 1952, Commonwealth supporters have outweighed the other groups, exposing the willingness of the Puerto Rican people to remain in between to be free and associated. La Borinqueña. In 1952, the government of Puerto Rico approved a law establishing La Borinqueña as the official anthem of the Commonwealth of Puerto Rico. Ramon Collado made the necessary changes to convert the danza into the march that we know today. The music was officially adopted by the government in 1952 and the words in 1977. Azul Celeste, Sky Blue. On June 10, 1948, Law 53 was approved. La Ley de la Mordaza made it illegal to display our own Puerto Rican flag, even in our own home. It came to be known as the gag law, and this flag provision to the law allowed police and National Guardsmen to enter anyone's home without a warrant and search and seize all property, regardless of probable cause. As a means of political repression, anyone found possessing or displaying the flag could be arrested for conspiracy to overthrow the government. A national emblem. When Puerto Rico became a commonwealth in 1952, the flag was adopted as the national emblem. However, it had and still has to be accompanied by a U.S. flag whenever it is flown in any official capacity on the island.